thank you for joining us here live in Antigua. It is the 70th day of rowing the Atlantic, and in front of us we have the boys of Atlantic Dream Challenge. Let me know that you can hear us okay. The Atlantic and are just about to cross the finish line. Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you know Paul and Phil, and send us any messages that you might have for them and I will share them when they get dockside. We're just waiting for the flare to go off to let us know that they have crossed the finish line.
Yeah. You've done it! Woo!
That's it, they've crossed the finish line. Yes, it is very windy here today. Do beg your pardon. I have the microphone right next to my face. See if I can tuck it under just a little bit more.
Manfred! Manfred!
Watching from Boston. Hi from Boston. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so we're just waiting to do the celebratory flares. They have gone a little bit too far near to the yacht, so we're going to get them back into a good position so we can make circles around them.
Can you guys keep some distance so that we can go along?
Supporters out in the little boats. Supporters up on the Fort Berkeley. And yes, hello to the rowers who are tuning in. I can see some past rowers have tuned in. Hi. Okay, let's give you a little bit of information while we're waiting. Okay, so these guys are the 32nd team to arrive here into Antigua in the Talisker Whiskey Atlantic Challenge 2019 race. So they started out in La Gomera way back when on the 12th of December. They have spent Christmas and New Year on that boat. 70 days to cross the Atlantic. This is Atlantic Dream Challenge. On board Paul Hopkins, Phil Pugh, the oldest pair in the fleet this year.
You want to stand up?
I believe Paul is 55, Phil is 65. Paul originally from Nottinghamshire. Both of them now live in Newcastle. They're about to do their flares. Here they go.
Yeah! Woo! Come on, yeah! Yes, come on! Come on! Yeah!
I don't know if you can see it Facebook Live, but there are 3,000 signatures on their boat. If you look closely, people of the Northeast, you might be able to see your signature.
In the bucket. Yeah. Well done, guys. Well done. Congratulations.
Welcome to Antigua.
We just saved the whole bit till the end. I liked it that much, we just had a right round. Well done, man, well done. Yeah, didn't want to finish.
When you said he has to go round again and come in, and I could be on the horse.
Okay, so
See you when you come to shore.
Atlantic Campaign's boys on the dinghy will guide the guys in. They still have a little bit further to row. They're coming into Nelson's dockyard here, English Harbour in Antigua. So as I said, they have 3,000 signatures on their boat. And that's people from the northeast of England, the citizens, who these guys are rowing for. The signatures came from people in shopping centres, schools, and their journey beyond the 70 days that they have taken to row the Atlantic was 3 years in the making. These guys have only known each other 18 months prior to starting the race. Rowing in a wooden boat called Dream It, Do It, affectionately known as Dee Dee. Their charities are Tiny Lives and the Firefighters Charity. Tiny Lives because Philip's son, Tom, who's in his early 30s, mid-30s, early 30s, was born prematurely and spent many weeks in the special care unit. And the Firefighters Charity, Paul said he just retired from firefighting after 24 years of serving. And they also told us when we were having a chat with them way back in La Gomera, they told us that the Excelsior Academy in Denton school is doing a project-based learning exercise which looks at the Atlantic Dream Challenge's Atlantic Row, and it required a call from the team once a week. So if any of you guys from the school are watching, whether you're teachers, whether you're students, please let us know if those calls happened and what kinds of things they were telling you about their expedition. Friends and family of Paul and Phil, do give us your messages that you would like me to pass on to them when we get dockside. The guys were saying when we had a chat that they are very grateful to all the people who signed their boat, as they wouldn't have gotten here without them. When I asked about how they feel about having only known each other for 18 months prior to this row, Paul joked that he had fill-cancelling headphones instead of noise-cancelling headphones. So they had lots of banter. And they called themselves Two Peas in a Pod, Paul and Phil. So here we've got lots of super yacht support. Always a very noisy approach. In the background you can see there Nelson's dockyard.
Go up 600. 600.
It's originally built by the British Navy at the end of the 18th century. It's a national park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And if you don't know what UNESCO stands for, it's United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. And it's legally protected by international treaties. Our few supporters come out to greet the boys in. Nelson's dockyard is renowned for its deep bays and surrounding highlands, and it's a good shelter from hurricanes, which made it ideal for repairing and hiding ships back in Horatio Nelson's era. Obviously named after Horatio Nelson, who lived here between 1784 and 1787. There you can hear CEO Carsten. Okay, we're just going to get off this boat, so bear with us a moment and we'll be back. I'll meet you dockside. Don't go anywhere.
Time to come down to the arrival area and let's give them a big welcome.
Welcome home, man.
Nice arrangement.
Yeah, but I didn't get the outside.
Thank you.
All these happy people waiting for the next arrival. We have John Stad here, who's still around. You have been here. You have been here for like 4 weeks.
Yeah, waiting for all the boats to come in.
That's the spirit. We'll bring the camera back to Charlotte. We have Ian here, safety officer. Russ, safety officer. And Jim and John.
How's it?
So now you're putting up the flares for these guys.
Yeah, it's their turn now, so yeah, we're here to support them, celebrate with them.
Great stuff, guys. Thank you. Back to Charlotte.
Thank you, Carsten. I don't know what was said. What was said?
Oh, he's just saying thanks to us for being here. It's their turn to welcome them, and it's our turn to welcome them and get support.
Yes, your turn to welcome them in. How are you feeling now that you're back on land?
I feel awesome. I spent 2 days watching movies in bed. It was raining outside, so I watched all the Harry Potter movies after listening to all the Harry Potter movies while rowing across.
Perfect.
Yeah, and now it's just time to have fun.
You've watched them before?
No, so I listened to the Harry Potter audiobooks while rowing.
First?
I listened to them 5 times. So I've read them, but I listened to them 5 times in a row while rowing.
Yeah.
And I got here and it rained for 2 days, and then I just watched all 8 Harry Potter movies.
So you hadn't watched them before?
No, I had, but like after listening to the books for 5 times, I then watched the movies here because I was literally just dreaming about Dumbledore and dreaming about Ron, and all I could think about.
What a welcome to Antigua.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter.
Beautiful fantasy world. How about yourself, Jim? How you doing?
With the kids,
Yeah.
swimming, playing, messing around, eating, drinking, sleeping, standard.
Mostly.
Yeah, so
How are
just
your
trying to
bodies doing? How are your legs feeling? How are the
sore
feet?
still.
How are the bums?
It's all, bum's actually alright, it's my calves, my legs are still quite sore.
Yeah.
Really?
My hands
Calves are like
can't.
rebuilding.
Still can't. Close my fist. Can't.
Show me that.
Can't.
Is that your fist?
That's it, yeah.
Squeeze it.
Can't.
Squeeze it.
That's it.
That's the best
That's
it can do?
That's it, that's all it'll do.
Wow.
Fist bump anyone. It's a bit weird.
What do they call that?
Trigger finger. Trigger finger.
Yeah.
What do you do to release that? Is there any exercise you can do?
I think you could drink a beer. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm really not sure. Eventually it'll go away, hopefully. That's all I could do. We did get some exercises before we left for the guys.
And here they are.
Some stretches you do.
Atlantic Dream
Luckily I've worked for 12 years, so I can make it go.
Okay, you've been practicing.
Yeah.
Okay, here come the lads.
Put up the flares. Yes, guys. Let's make some noise for Atlantic Dream Challenge! 3,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean. They're finally here. Let's give them a big welcome. Paul and Phil from Atlantic Dream Challenge. Welcome to Antigua.
Come on, guys! Yeah! Come on, guys! Yeah! Yeah!
Final few meters before they can step on land. Ladies and gentlemen, Atlantic Dream Challenge!
Yeah! Remember the beers are waiting, man. I thought you were buying. Yeah, I'm waiting, man. Depends on how loud it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Paul and Phil, Atlantic Dream Challenge! Come on, guys!
That's for the beers. This one is for more beers.
Where's yours? We have another one as well.
Got one of yeah, let's do this one first. Yeah, no more.
And one more cheer for you and Dad, Paul and Phil, Atlantic Dream Challenge!
Yeah! Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you. So, do we want to see them step on land? I can't hear you. Do we want to see them step on land? Yeah! Paul, welcome to Antigua. Phil, welcome to Antigua. You have made it all the way here, so welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You will be a bit wobbly. We also have Jim and John here, who arrived a little week ago, so they are here to greet in Paul and Phil as well.
Thank you, man.
Manfred here, supporting keeper from Sky, who met the guys a few days ago during the night. He passed by them.
Let's call it like this.
So I've got to tell Phil, Dad, and Paul that we're sorry we can't be there. Huge congratulations to them. The good thing about not being there in person, though, is that we can't smell you. And that's from Rod.
Yeah,
well,
unfortunately for me, I have smelled him. It's horrible. It doesn't look any better either.
What else have we got? We've got a few more messages coming in. Let me just have a look. Lots of congratulations, obviously. Whole support team from Northeast are watching in heart and spirit. That's from Leslie Wilson. We've got, I remember Leslie, she was chatting away before, wasn't she, when we was in La Gomera. Lots of congratulations. This is gold. What else have we got? Phil, are you still sane, or has Paul drove you bonkers?
I was never sane to start, so it hasn't got any worse. And we're still friends.
Oh, great! That's lovely to
Because
hear.
they've only got one.
Please step forward and onto the podium. And audience, please
Careful.
step forward here as well, so you are at the back of the podium. And welcome to Business Dockyard, the most beautiful place in the world. Antigua and Bermuda, the place to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we are witness here today, this beautiful late afternoon, is the arrival of Paul and Phil. Atlantic Dream Challenge. You arrived in your boat with a lot of signatures on.
Yes.
Yeah. So does that mean that all the ones who have put their signature on, they have rowed across the Atlantic?
Certainly does, in spirit.
I'm glad to hear, because I put my signature on in La Gomera.
You did, yes.
You
So
did.
you finally rode it
So
out.
I was we're with you all the way across. So, Paul, being a firefighter, you have been challenged both physically and stress-wise, I guess, a lot of times in your life during your work as a firefighter. But I think this must have been your biggest challenge so far. Phil, you have done a lot of amazing stuff as well. You've swum across the English Channel. You have biked on Route 66, and you have pushed your son in a wheelchair in the Great North Run. But now, the two of you have also rowed across the Atlantic Ocean in the Talis Go Atlantic Challenge 2019, and you have done it in the time of 70 days, 9 hours, and 11 minutes. Before we do a live interview on Facebook Live, we will take a picture of you with Union Jack.
Yeah, put it behind the sign.
Below.
Below. You could hold it below.
Whatever works.
Whatever you want, whatever you want.
Let's hold it below, but let's hold it out. Look at me.
Probably better if you hold it up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for Paul and Phil!
Down I need to see the side. All right, here we go. Come on, guys, you can make some noise.
Yes!
Yeah, thank you, man.
Before we do the interview and a hip hip hooray, we have some gifts from Antigua and Barbuda government presented by Tanny. So give a big hand to Tanny as well.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, it's the most beautiful thing I've seen this year.
Thank you very much.
It's this lady, right?
Antigua, then this lady. Then of course the other lady you were setting up later.
Here we go. Hold the bag up. All right. I think it's a good boy. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Tanny. And guys, stay on the podium. So, after 70 days, you're finally here. You started your journey in December 2019, the 12th of December, in La Gomera. Now you have rowed across the Atlantic 3,000 miles. How does it feel to step on dry land?
Fantastic. I mean, we've been thinking about it for days, but today, when we had the countdown from about 30 miles down, it was just, we actually wanted to start again. We thought we'd start all over again. No, it's really great to be here. We didn't know what to expect. And thank you, everybody, for coming along and saying hello to us. Really appreciate it. Thank you. It's really motivated us. And all the people that we've got who signed our boat, they've been with us all the way, and the schools in Newcastle. So, yeah, thank you. Great to be here.
Same question.
Same question if you want to answer it.
Obviously, first, thanks to everyone that signed the boat in the North East, but obviously we have to thank our families that allowed us the time to come and do this. It's not every wife, girlfriend, family that would allow you 3 months, especially over Christmas, to come and do something as mad as this. But it's been emotional, it's been immense, it's been everything.
Big applause for that answer. During those 70 days, there must have been some highlights out there. Tell us a few of the highlights.
Mixed company here, so it's quite difficult. Well, I suppose we shared an awful lot when you're in very close quarters. We learned a lot about each other. But some of the more scary things at night. So we had many storms. Ian was very cutely not telling us there were storms, just that it was going to be fast and furious. And one night when I was on deck, there was at least 3 tons of water that deposited itself on top of me. But that boat, which is a wooden boat, actually it's never been oversized, never capsized. And it's a small voyage, and with 3 tons of water in the boat, she just stood there and went on. So it's a scary thing. The other is having to wake up Paul in the morning to get him to come on the oars. He's not the nicest thing to see. And somebody makes in the advert it's to do with Snickers. Well, when Paul's hungry and he wakes up, he's a bit of a bitch.
Highlights were the wildlife we've seen. We've seen some amazing creatures in their own habitat where they should be. So that was an absolute treasure. The night sky. To row in the night time without a cloud in the sky, you just look up to see the stars. It just makes you realise we are a really small part of this immense universe, and we should be more grateful to be where we are. Me personally, it was quite an emotional thing. My father passed away 3 years ago on New Year's Eve, and we've named a star after him. So when I was rowing New Year's Eve, I could look up and knew my dad's star was there.
Would you ever do this challenge again? And remember, family, they are watching at home. Or would you recommend anyone else to take on the challenge?
The answer personally for me is no. I wouldn't. Once is enough. There's lots of other challenges out there, but I would certainly say to anybody that's got a desire to step out into the wild, enjoy what Paul has described, take ownership for their future. It's a great adventure, a great challenge. Sign up today.
People go around the world looking for the ultimate challenge, don't they? You know, people want to do climb Everest, they want to do all sorts of things. If you want the ultimate challenge, row the Atlantic. That's what I would say. It's not just a physical challenge or endurance, it's an emotional, it's just, you go to places you never thought you would go. People say you think you've got time, it's just an amazing thing. 55 years now I've started thinking, but obviously I've stopped it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul and Phil, as they say, there are lots of challenges out there. The greatest of them all, the Talented Whiskey Atlantic Challenge, that's one of them. So, Atlantic Dream Challenge, 70 days, 9 hours and 11 minutes. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! And now, let's have a great evening here at the Dockyard. Guys, well done. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, guys.
Remember when you step down?
Yeah.
It can be quite wobbly.
It can be quite wobbly.
It is.
It is.
We'll weigh you.
I think we passed you out there. Yeah, maybe a week ago.
Take a swim.
Yeah, one or two yachts and spaces and things. That was great. So what frightened me today? So, there was one, I'm not joking.
Next arrival will be our solo rower, Gabby. And it looks like to be the 23rd, 24th. So watch out for Atlantic Campaign's Facebook site in order to see her arrival. And see you here.
So if it's the first time that you're tuning in, these guys will have a weigh-in, checking the change in weight over the crossing. Then they'll have to do some official business, get some documents off the boat, and then they can have their first meal over there at that little table, which I'm sure they're looking forward to.
Thank you very much.
I offer support for the Great Pacific Race.
Oh, right.
And I really know what's needed before we cross the Atlantic.
Just to let you guys know, Sarah Andrews is saying, so proud of you both. You've done amazing. Can't wait to throw you the best coming home party.
Okay, smashing. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you,
we'll
Sarah.
see you soon.
Michelle Pugh
Yes.
and Maisie Conahan.
Yes, thank you. Thanks very much. See you soon.
It's been everything, you know. Family holidays have gone by the wayside. Weekends for training, weekends for fundraising, meeting for people to try and raise money and everything. Christmas. So, this Christmas was one of the worst days. I rang home, my wife was upset. I had gout, so I was strapped my foot into the rower to do 16 hours with gout and an unhappy wife. So Christmas Day wasn't the best. So yeah.
Well, you made up for it now.
Yeah, obviously when I get home, obviously I'll spend the next 10 years making up to the wife. So there you go.
With that.
Yeah. So that would be an expensive trip. Probably more than the boat, but hey ho.
You've got a huge congratulations from all your brothers and sisters at Biker Fire Station.
Oh, bless them. It was an absolute pleasure working at Biker with the boys and girls. I'd like to say a thank you to yourselves and the Atlantic Challenge Facebook team. My mother is now a silver surfer. She's 83 and she's seen every boat come in.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, she's watched every boat come in. So hello, mother. I'm safe. And I hope you and Dad will be proud.
Oh, yes,
So, yeah,
absolutely.
Mum's one of your biggest fans. Yeah.
What's her name?
Monica.
Monica.
Yeah, so she checks...
Hi, Monica.
Yeah, she checks Yellow Brick 3 times a day, and she checks your Facebook feed 2 or 3 times a day.
Brilliant.
Seeing every boat come in.
Oh, good. We've got a supporter out there. Just
An
the one.
absolute fan, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. What are you looking forward to eating?
Food's not the thing. I haven't missed food with it. Well, I quite well. Obviously, you can see the size of us. I haven't not eaten. So I've eaten the food. It's not been a problem. We had lots of treats. What I've missed is a drink. So everything, and not even an alcoholic drink either. For those people that know us, the water maker. It's warm water. It's tepid. It's just. It is what it is. So a nice cold drink, you know, would be. And of course, yes, and as always, cup of tea.
Yes, oh, a good cup of tea.
Can't beat a cup of tea. So,
enjoy it all. Ice cold. We've got lots of ice here, and yeah, we've got hot water too. So you're good to go.
Hot water, ice. Next year, tell you we've got power.
Enjoy it, lads. Okay, the boys of Atlantic Dream Challenge have arrived. They arrived in this boat with all 3,000 signatures. Some no longer intact, but you know, they've had to deal with the Atlantic Ocean and all that salt water. Thank you guys for joining us. As you heard, the next rower to come in is going to be looking, actually, on here it says the Mad Giraffe is coming in next, but I know that both John and Gabby of the Swiss Ones are somewhere nearby each other, kind of, sort of. So they're looking like either one of them could come in, but Carson says Gabby's coming in next. So keep an eye on the tracker, keep an eye on the Facebook page. We will keep you updated. Thank you again for joining us here in lovely Antigua. And the boys can enjoy their first night back on land. So we'll see you again soon, only a few days from now, so stay tuned.